In today's episode, we are talking to the Chief Equity Strategist of COL Financial Group Incorporated, Miss April Lee Tan. We're talking about calling the shots and how to use mutual funds to do a core and explore strategy. All this and more in COL Insights.
So, we are a fan of calling the shots. I personally subscribe to your recommendations now. But for those of our customers who are not so familiar, what is calling the shots?
Yeah, calling the shots is actually our monthly equity research report where we talk about the condition of the stock market. In general, we try to explain the main issues affecting the stock market and whether or not we have a positive view on the market or a negative view.
Yes. Right.
And then, of course, I think everybody's favorite is the end part where we have a recommended list of stocks that they can buy. So I think that's what everybody's looking forward to.
That's right.
The recommendations.
So, for people, again, who are knowing about this for the first time, how do you use calling the shots?
Well, we have a recommended list of stocks. I mean, usually you'll have clients buying everything in the basket. And then if we remove it, you can actually sell it. The reason why we put it in the list, it's the best of our best ideas.
Okay.
So we feel like these stocks will outperform the market.
Okay.
So when we remove it, doesn't mean that we are downgrading a stock from a buy recommendation to a sell. Rather, we feel like, it could be just too expensive. We can't justify it anymore. Or we feel like something has changed such that it won't outperform anymore.
How about the performance of these picks?
Well, as of the last time we checked, our stock picks have outperformed the market quite well. So, I'm quite relieved to say that and proud to see that we have outperformed the market. The past year, we've done a monthly check on the performance, and I think so far we've done quite well still. Of course, we do make mistakes. That is why we also recommend that if you buy our recommended stock picks, don't just stick to one. You also can't veer away from, the concept of diversification.
Correct.
You still have to get a diversified basket of stocks.
Right. So, I guess in a sense, if you were to advise a customer who's starting out with calling the shots, do you recommend them to buy everything or just buy whatever they feel like buying?
That's an interesting question, because, ideally they'd buy everything, but sometimes, again, I forgot to add a while ago, we have the buy below price.
Okay.
Because sometimes, although we recommend a stock, it's trading at an expensive valuation.
Okay. Right.
So they have to wait for it to go down before they can buy it. Yes.
Okay.
So that's another thing. So they might not be able to buy everything. Or you could have some individuals who doesn't want to buy, say, casino stock, cigarette companies, or things like that. So, and you don't have to buy everything. It's just that when we did an assessment of the performance of the calling the shots portfolio, it assumed that there was an equal weighted allocation to all the stocks.
Right. Also, another question that we get a lot from COL Premium, is the difference between fair value and buy below. As you mentioned kanina, there's a buy below price.
Yeah, I think, like the fair value is what we feel like is, the right price.
Correct.
Of the stock. Like it's like a target price, an intrinsic value.
Right.
So, theory would dictate that anything below it is a good buying level. But of course, the wider the upside or the possible capital appreciation to the fair value, the better it is. So to give investors a certain level of protection, we've set a lower price at which they should look at before buying it. Not just because it's cheaper by, say, 2%, 3%. They should look at buying it because, these are all based on estimates. So something might happen to earnings such that we could make a mistake.
Correct.
Therefore, the upside will go down.
So recently, April, you have written an article about mutual funds now. For those of our customers who are hearing about this for the first time, what are mutual funds?
Yeah, mutual funds are, well, it's like a commingling of a lot of funds. We recommend equity funds. So this pool of funds will, because it's an equity fund, it will invest in equities or stocks. The beauty of mutual fund is, for small clients, for example, if you only have 5,000 or 10,000 to invest in, it's very difficult to diversify. So, and it's also, difficult to buy more than one stock.
Correct. Yes.
But if you're in a fund, automatically, you get a diversified portfolio because your fund will be pooled with everybody else's money. And that will be used to buy a diversified portfolio of stocks already.
The classic example there, I guess, if you're buying a minimum board lot of around 10 stocks, then the price of the stock is around 1,000 pesos. So that's immediately 10,000 for just one stock now. But with a mutual fund, 5,000 pesos, you can already get diversified. But more often than not, April, I noticed that the marketing for mutual funds is normally for beginners. So what is the benefit of such products for stock pickers like you or those who follow you?
Yeah, okay. So I guess for more professional players, sometimes actually your portfolio becomes so big to the point that, there's a stock that you want to buy, but realistically speaking, it's just too difficult to buy that amount. Say you want to buy 10 million pesos of, like one of the stocks we're recommending, DNL. And then you see the postings of sellers. It's impossible for you to buy 10 million all at once. You will have to be hitting a lot of fluctuations to the point that, we call it slippage, or, the cost will just go up substantially because you push the price all the way up. Sometimes you don't have a conviction buy on so many issues that it's diversified enough. So you may want to still have that diversified portfolio. And I guess the ease and the speed at which you can have a position in the market, because again, you have 10 million pesos and the market starts turning around right away, and assuming that you were all cash, you want to be in today, you just enter one order for mutual funds. But if you want to buy stocks, it's not that easy, to buy, say, 10 million worth, and how much more if you have 20, 30, 40 million. In just one go, you want to buy everything. It gets difficult.